And the Deputy Governor of Nasarawa State, Emmanuel Akabe, has paid a condolence visit to the staff and students of Nasarawa State University, Nsuk, over the death of two female students in a stampede on Friday. Dr. Akabe, who was received by the Vice-Chancellor of the university, Professor Suleiman Bala, and conducted around the venue of the ugly incident, expressed sadness over the matter. The Deputy Governor assured the university management of a smooth investigation into the incident.
The thing is that the committee will be set up. The committee will invite all of you and get all the facts from you. And then based on that, we'll have the report. And the state also set up one iPod committee as well, so that we'll have the report from the university and then the report from the state. And together, we'll see what we can do.
It's a very sad day in the history of Nasarawa State University. It is a day that the state government has provided palliatives. And unfortunately, our students were not patient enough to follow the process of accessing this palliative. There was stampede. So many of the students got injured. 2 students lost their lives. And so the state government, concerned about this scenario, decided to send His Excellency the Deputy Governor of Nasarawa State to come for first-hand information on the matter.
For this conversation, we are now joined by the Nasarawa State Commissioner for Special Duties, Humanitarian Affairs and NGOs, Margaret Elayo. Good to have you here on Newsday.
Right.
Thanks for having me.
Very good. Now, can you reflect on how the stampede happened, and could the fatalities have been prevented?
Well, thank you for having me. First and foremost, let me share my sincere condolence with the family of Grace Danladi and Rose Ibura. Those are the 2 students that lost their life in the course of trying to pick up some palliative from the university. So in regard to your question, can it be avoided? Yes, because there were rules that supposed to have been followed, and that wasn't done. And that was what created the chaos that you saw that happened on Friday morning.
Very good. Is the state government rather doing anything for the victims of this unfortunate incident?
Yes, they are. I've been to both homes of the deceased to visit with the parent, and we've been to the hospital. I was there very late yesterday, and to God be the glory, all the students, I think we had about 24 that was taken to the hospital that day. As of yesterday, I met 2 on the hospital bed, stable, because they were able to respond to me, they were able to talk to me. So we have 2 still there and taking treatment, being told by the doctor that they are stable. The remaining students that were brought in on Friday have been DC. I was told 2 of them had left to receive scanning, so 2 were not there, but all evident that all of them are doing well, except the 2 souls that we lost.
All right, I would like to find out from you, what's the state government doing to prevent this avoidable tragedy?
Well, you know, sometimes when things happen this way, the intention was good from day one. As you may recall, we had a different school that we had visited before the state university in Kefi, and it was a good result that came out of it, because there were rules and regulations that must have been followed, which sadly some of the students did not go with that. And from the information we are receiving, because the investigation is still ongoing, we were told that there were intruders into the university that added more stress to what actually happened. For the state government, we will go back to our table, to our drawing board, and see what else can we do better. But the intention, like I said, was good, because the students have been calling for palliative. They've written me several times on when, how are they going to receive their own rice, which is the whatever we were sharing. So at the end of the day, yes, this thing happened, not planned, but then we are looking forward to doing it better if we intend to go back on the sharing formula.
All right, Commissioner, this palliatives, is it just restricted to students? Is it a statewide scenario? What can you tell us more about the palliatives?
Okay, so if you remember when they had the fuel removal subsidy, the state started the distribution of the palliative with the vulnerable people. When I talk about vulnerable, those who cannot meet ends meet, those people who do not know where their next meal will come from. And that includes the elderly. So what we did was we went to various communities. And before we did that, I went with my team to do what you call mapping. And the reason we wanted to do that is to be able to get some kind of report from these people on how they want us to come out and appreciate them or drop this palliative for them. And by the time we did all this, we realized that it would be better if we go with this produce, the foodstuff, to the community rather than assigning few people to do it, because in the past we have had that experience where we actually pick a few number of stakeholders to do that, and we do not get a good feedback in terms of those people who actually deserving receive those things. So we started with the local government, the 13 local government in Nasarawa State, under the leadership of His Excellency, Executive Governor of Nasarawa State, Engineer A. Sile. And to be honest with you, it was a success story, because all the people that we intend to benefit from this palliative actually did. Now, we will start with a number, because definitely we can capture everybody at once. But we start with a number, and now we've done like about third phase of the palliative. When we capture you the first time, we get a new list of another set of people that will come out for the second phase, for the third phase, like that. And that's the thing we've been doing. And it was a success all through. Yes, you will get one each here and there, but nothing like this that happened in the university, happened in the community. And for me, even the community has a large number of people. And for us to have a success story for that, it was really a shock to me for just the last university to experience that. So like I said, we have learned our lesson, and we will look into it and see what more or what else we can do to avoid this kind of chaotic behavior.
All right. While you were speaking, Commissioner, we saw how rowdy, the incident was. So many of the students climbing over fences, and you can't help but think it's a very overwhelming situation, as it were. And you can even see, to a large extent, the students carrying more than one, sack or bag of rice, as it were. So it's really a chaotic scene. And at this rate, one would conclude that you have your work cut out for you regarding how to prevent this from happening, you think?
Yes, there was a what you call like a details to follow. So we just didn't assemble the student that you're seeing like that. There was a template that was given to the school authority where they have all the student union get together, the cultural aspect of it, the departmental aspect of it, to get together and bring out the student. Remember, we have 4,000 beneficiaries in that particular school, giving 8,000 bags of 7.5 kg. And like you said, some were cutting with more than one or two. Each of the students is supposed to be benefiting from 2 bags of rice. Now, we had a template that was given. That was done. We took this food to the school, letting the school management know that it is their responsibility to make sure that they at least even protect the food, which they did, because the food in question has been in that school since Wednesday. The reason why we delayed, and it wasn't delayed in a way, the reason why we waited till Friday is because it was the last school, and His Excellency wanted a situation. He's going to be in that school to celebrate with the student, not just sharing the palliative, but to give them an update of what is going on in the community, of what is going on in the state. So we left Friday especially for the university. And if you watch that video that you just showed me now, you can see some other students throwing stones at their fellow students. And this is really questionable, because that means these are not the student of the school, and they might be. But for that to occur, that has nothing to do with the government. We have a template that the student must follow. We followed the doctrine that we told the school management of what we want to be done. Have those things stored up somewhere that is safe. Our responsibility is to come on that day by 8, 9 a.m., getting those students to start coming in to sit down on their rice. From the information we have received so far, those kids were out as early as 3 a.m. What are they doing there? What exactly are they looking for at 3 a.m.? That is the question that I'm asking, because we will not get there till about 8:39, and the distribution probably will not start till 10. So there was an agenda for them to disrupt this kind-hearted thing that we came up with, irrespective of whether it didn't come out well. The intention behind it was for us to support the student. And I think I watched one of your show when somebody said it's ridicule to give students food. I find that very sad for somebody to say that at this critical time. There's nothing ridicule about that. In the foreign world, you have what you call food bank. When people are going through crisis, people go to food bank to get something to cushion the effect of whatever they are going through. We have countries all over the world, they are supporting their citizens in different ways and different aspects. Ours is peculiar. We have a large number of people, and that is why we decided that it should be done sectionally, numbers by numbers. 4,000 might be more based on the incident that happened. But if you look at the number of that school, taking out 4,000 students to impact and to give them that token, I don't think it's a large number. And again, money was involved. That money we don't take to school. The intention now is to send the money to this student's account. We will not take money to school because of that number. We did it in the community because after checking with them through our mapping, they felt it was necessary for us to come out and give it to them, because the same stakeholders, when we give them that money, it does not get to the beneficiaries. So we took it to the people in the community so that people can see it. When you talk about it's being politicized, we are taking pictures. How do we give accountability if we don't have the media there? How do we give accountability if now that you are asking me questions, I won't be able to respond to you because now I don't have picture to prove those things? So it is important that all these things are carried out. We are not doing it for any selfish reason because we want the media to say it or because we want to say we are doing something good. It is their right. If you listen to His Excellency's speech, he's saying that they are deserving, and that is why he extended it to them. These kids are not at home when we are doing the distribution in the community. So he informed that decision for us to come to them in school because they are not at home, so that they can also benefit from the dividend of democracy. And that was the intention behind that.
All right, I want to say many thanks to you, Margaret Elayo, the Commissioner for Humanitarian Affairs, Special Duties, and NGO in Nasarawa State. Thank you very much for joining us here on Newsday.